Shalom, shalom, Yasharallah. I hope all is well. Man, I have such you talk about breaking news. I have such a message to share with you tonight that I'm literally shaking right now. I'm just going to try to take my time with this, and no doubt it's not going to get done here in one video. I hope your ears are turned on and your eyes are open, Yasharallah. I talked about Revelations 15 verse 3 right here, where it says, "And they sing the song of Moshe," which is Moses, "the servant of the Most High, and the song of the Lamb, saying, Great and marvelous are your works, Yahuwah El Shaddai. Righteous and true are your ways, O sovereign of the set-apart ones. Who shall not fear you, O Yahuwah, and esteem your name? Because you alone are kind, because all nations shall come and worship before you. For your righteousnesses have been made manifest." So, until today, yesterday when I made that last video, the last couple days, through this time that I've mentioned these few verses right here, I've been wanting to take you to Deuteronomy chapter 32, which is the song of Moses, and that we have to read that. It's a must for you to get this memo. Please turn your ears on. I'm in a place right now where you might hear some background noises. This message is piping hot, and you need to get it a lot. I've been thinking, like I was just saying, I've been thinking that I need to take you to Deuteronomy chapter 32, which we are going to do. But something else came to my remembrance when with the thought in mind of the songs of Moses and the song of the Lamb. And that is the book in the scriptures, Song of Songs. And I talked about this long time ago. I don't know how long. It feels like forever. It feels like 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know. But I went through it a little bit and read some of it here on this channel to y'all. But until tonight, I hadn't realized the magnitude of what is said in Song of Songs. So let's go. I'm going to show you right now, just to give you a taste of what we're going to see and understand in Song of Songs, and how it goes hand in hand with what the Most High has been showing us, and how it goes hand in hand with what we just read in Revelations. Right there, verse 13 in chapter 6 says, "Return, return, O Shulamite, return, return, and let us look upon you. Why should you look upon the Shulamite as it were the dance of two armies?" You know, I can remember one thing that happened back then when I did read from the Song of Songs. When it started to dawn on me what this book was about. I asked someone who has a pretty good, who has read the scriptures a lot. I won't say that person has a good understanding, but they should, from all the scripture that they've read. I asked them what they thought it was, and that person gave me the same answer that a lot of Bible reading people will give. They said it was like a love letter from Solomon to a woman, right? But I assure you that it's not. It is probably the most beautiful love story ever written when you go deep into it. But it's more than just reading. You have to be living it for it to hit home the way it does to me. Now I'm going to try to keep my cool as I read this and not get choked up. I've been trying to contain myself from getting choked up the last few times I've read his word. But I'm just asking that you bear with me. I can't make that kind of a promise. You know, I'm a weird person. Things that has happened to me that would make most people cry. I've never all the funerals of all my loved ones that I've went to, for some reason, the opposite of crying took place with me during those times. And I've had people ask me about it, and I never really could give them an answer. But for some reason, when I read the Most High's word and I think about him, I get so choked up. The only one time I did shed a tear at a funeral was at my stepfather's, my stepdad's. And I specifically remember it was after I went from the burial site back to my pickup truck with my wife. When I got back to my truck, I cried, and I specifically remember it wasn't because my stepdad was dead, which I knew the whole time that I was going to miss him. It wasn't because of that. It was all his mom and the people that I seen crying and was just tore up. It was that choked me up. It was because I seen the pain in other people. It reminds me of the story of when Messiah cried at the tomb of Lazarus. And I'm telling you, all the other times at funerals or when things happen to me that should have caused me to get choked up, the complete opposite happened. There was nothing in me that wanted to get choked up, and it wasn't done on purpose, intentionally. It's just how it was. But, and the reason I tell you this, the memo that I've just received from the Most High is so beautiful. It's so unbelievably amazing, and it just speaks to just how unbelievably amazing Abba Yahuwah, the Most High, is. There's nothing short of epic Nothing he does is anything but epic. Every word, every jot, every tittle is nothing but awesome. So let's go read Deuteronomy chapter 32 to get the song, so we have that in the forefront of our mind. I'm going to try to get as much of it done in this video tonight, but like I said, this is something that you need to pay close attention to. Your eyes need to be open, your ears need to be on, and we need to break this down the best we can. There's only 8 chapters in Song of Songs, so it won't take too long. But if you are like me and you come to give all esteem to Abba Yahuwah, that should excite and thrill your bones deep down into your soul. Let's see. Okay, now just to prove this to you that this is the song, let's go back to chapter 31. And at the end of chapter 31 down here, it says, So Moses spoke in the hearing of all the assembly of Yasharal the words of this song till their completion. Right here. Give ear, O heavens, and let me speak. And hear, O earth, the words of my mouth. Let my instruction fall as rain, my speech drop down as dew, as fine rain on the tender plants, and as showers on the grass. For I proclaim the name of Yahuwah, ascribe greatness to our mighty Most High, the rock. His work is perfect, for all his ways are right ruling. A mighty one of truth and without unrighteousness. Righteous and straight is he. A twisted and crooked generation has corrupted itself. Their blemish, they are not his children. So a twisted and crooked generation has corrupted itself. If you are in the category with the wrong, who is eyeball deep in crookedness, and you trip and biff it head over heel on account of these stumbling blocks, it describes your blemish as you are not his children. So if you can't put down all the crookedness, you ain't never gonna get this message. If you're here and you love Abba Yahuwah with all your strength and all your might and all your being, just a heads up, prepare yourself for your whole being to be blown. Not just your mind, your whole everything. Do you do this to Yahuwah, O foolish and unwise people? Is he not your Father who bought you, who created you and established you? Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask your father and let him show you. Your elders and let them say to you. When the Most High gave the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the boundaries of the peoples according to the number of the children of Yasharal. So do you know what that's saying? He's saying, he says, ask your father and let him show you. Ask your elders and let them say to you. Right here's what they're going to say. When the Most High gave the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the boundaries of the peoples according to the number of the children of Yasharal. This is regarding the land. And right before that it said, ask your father, let him show you. For the portion of Yahuwah is his people, Jacob his allotted inheritance. He found him in a wilderness and in a wasted howling desert. He encompassed him. He made him understand. He watched over him as the apple of his eye. As an eagle stirs up its nest, flutters over its young, spreading out its wings, taking them up, bearing them on its wings. Yahuwah alone led him, and there was no strange mighty one with him, no crookedness. Your feet are lit by that lamp. You're not biffing it over nothing. He made him ride in the heights of the earth, and he ate the fruit of the fields, and he made him to draw honey from the rock and oil from the flinty rock, curds from the cattle and milk of the flock, with fat of lambs and rams of the breed of Bashan, and goats with the choicest wheat, and you drank wine, the blood of the grapes. But Yeshurun grew fat and kicked. You grew fat, you grew thick. You are covered with fat. So he forsook the Most High who made him, and scorned the rock of his deliverance. They moved him to jealousy with foreign matters, with abominations they provoked him. They slaughtered to demons, not the Most High, mighty ones they did not know, new ones who came lately, which your fathers did not fear. Now, before we go any further, any of you who you do believe you love the Most High with all your strength and all your being and all your might, if you still have anything to do with all this crookedness, just let me remind you. It said they slaughtered the demons. No, you're not. You might not be slaughtering animals to demons. But if you work any time at all to partake in anything pagan, you are slaughtering, you are offering to demons. Demons like Zeus, Santa Claus, Halloween, Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving, you name it. And if you can give any reverence or respect to these other names, that you're in that category right there. You neglected the rock who brought you forth, and forgot the mighty one who fathered you. And Yahuwah saw and despised because of the provocation of his sons and his daughters. And he said, let me hide my face from them. Now keep this part right here in the forefront of your mind. He said, let me hide my face from them. Let me see what their end is. For they are a perverse generation, children in whom there is no trusting. They made me jealous by what is not mighty. They provoked me with their worthless matters, but I make them jealous by those who are no people. I provoke them with a foolish nation. For a fire was kindled in my wrath, and burns to the bottom of Sheol, and consumes the earth and its increase, and sets on fire the foundations of mountains. I gather evils upon them, I use up my arrows upon them. Wasted by scarcity of food, and consumed by heat and bitter destruction, and the teeth of beast I send upon them, with the poison of serpents of the dust. Who's that serpent who is made to crawl upon the dust? You know who it is. And the beast are these organizations. Well, we just read about the other day. What's a lion do? He roars and he devours. Who was it that rode in here on that white horse with the bow that was given to him that struck 81% of the population of the world with poison of serpents? You already know. The sword bereaves from the outside and fear from within. And look, right back up here it says they don't know the matters of their end, what their end is. Let me see what their end is. And then it talks about the poison of the serpents. You should already know what that's alluding to. The sword bereaves from the outside and fear from within. Both young man and maiden nursing child with the man of gray hairs. I said, I should blow them away. I should make the remembrance of them to cease from among men. If I did not fear the enemy's taunt, lest their adversaries misunderstand, lest they say our hand is high and Yahuwah has done none at all, has not done all this. For they are a nation lost to counsel, and there is no understanding in them. If they were wise, they would understand this. They would consider their latter end. How would one chase 1,000 and two put 10,000 to flight unless their rock had sold them and Yahuwah had given them up? For their rock is not like our rock, even our enemies, our judges. Their vine is of the vine of Sodom and of the fields of Gomorrah. Their grapes are grapes of gall, their clusters are bitter. Their wine is the poison of serpents and the fierce venom of cobras. Is it not stored up with me, sealed up among my treasures? Vengeance is mine and repayment at the time their foot slips. For near is the day of their calamity, and the matters prepared are hastening to them. And these matters have been prepared for all those who have turned their back to Abba Yahuwah. And sadly, the majority of those who have, all those people who are going to gnash and gnaw their teeth, they don't believe that is the case, but it is. For Yahuwah rightly rules his people and has compassion on his servants. When he sees that their power is gone and there is no one remaining, shut up or at large, and he shall say, where are their mighty ones, the rock in whom they sought refuge? Who ate the fat of their slaughterings and drank the wine of their drink offering. You see, a lot of these people who use these names and believe in these falsehood stumbling blocks and partake in their celebrations, they've slaughtered and gave offerings and drank wine to these people. Let them arise and help you. Let it be a hiding place for you. See now that I am he, and there is no most high besides me. I put to death and I make alive. I have wounded and I heal, and from my hand no one delivers. For I lift my hand to the heavens and shall say, as I live forever, if I have sharpened my flashing sword, and my hand takes hold on judgment, I shall return vengeance to my enemies and repay those who hate me. I make my arrows drunk with blood, and my sword devours flesh with the blood of the slain and the captives from the long-haired enemy chiefs. O nations, acclaim his people. For he avenges the blood of his servants and returns vengeance to his adversaries and shall pardon his land, his people. Now we can go back over that, but there's a reason that in Revelations chapter 15 it says here is the endurance. In chapter 14 I think it is. Let's go back. Let's look at that before we go to Song of Songs, so I get it right. I don't want to mess it up. I think it is 15 actually. No, it isn't. It's 14. Excuse me. Right here. Here is the endurance of the set apart ones. The endurance is they guard the commands of the Most High, and they have the same belief that Yahusha had. And what was his belief? Don't worship me. I'm gonna set at my Father's right hand because he gave it to me, because I'm willing to lay down my life for my friends. I'm willing to drink this cup. I and my Father are not one. His will, not mine. That was his belief. And he had the belief of that mustard seed that he could tell any mountain, be thou removed. Any of these seemingly insurmountable mountains, these stumbling blocks that get in the way and build a wall between you and a relationship, having a relationship with the Most High. So the endurance is this. It's the anyone who will endure to the end they'll be set apart from the way of the world, and they will be those guarding the commands of the Most High, and they will fear him. They will be those people who proclaim the everlasting good news. They will fear him so much that they won't let blasphemous names roll off of their tongue. They're not going to partake in blasphemous celebrations, and they ain't going to believe men's own twisted interpretation of the word. They're going to go to the source, the word of the Most High, to find the truth, the rock of our salvation. And then the next chapter we see, it says, and they sing. Let's just read the whole thing. Context, baby. And I saw another sign in the heaven, great and marvelous, 7 messengers having the 7 last plagues, for the wrath of the Most High was ended in them. And I saw like a sea of glass mixed with fire, and those overcoming the beast and his image and his mark, just what I was just saying, and the number of his name, they overcame Jesus. Hail Zeus. They overcame what the TV tells you. They overcame falsehoods that the beast has brought to you. Babylon. All these lies and mythical creatures and false deities, demons and God, whatever you want to call them. They overcame them. They ain't having nothing to do with none of that. They're set apart. And they were standing on a sea of glass, holding harps of the Most High. And they sing the song of Moshe, the servant of the Most High, and the song of the Lamb. Now, the song of the Lamb, I just explained it to you. It's the Father's will, not mine. It's ye with little faith, and it's eat my flesh, which is the bread, which is the word. This is what I was just saying. You got to go to the truth. They're not believing all this falsehood mumbo jumbo, and they're willing to die for it. They would rather die than to go against the word of the Most High, or to do anything to disrespect him in any way. That's the song of the Lamb. And the song of Moses, we just read it. And we'll go back and forth to it throughout this time that we're going to read Song of the Songs. But let's go to Song of Songs. And like I said, prepare yourself. Now we're going to take it slow. You know, all good things take time. And this kind of love that we have for the Most High, it can't be rushed. Everything in its when the time is pleasing to the Most High. Verse 1, chapter 1, the Song of Songs, which is Solomon's. Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth. Okay. Like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I've asked quite a few people what they think this book is about. And they've all said that it's Solomon's love letter to a woman. So if that's the case, and this is exactly what I said in one of them videos I made way back when about this, wouldn't that make him a homosexual, being how he's saying, let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth? This is about the Most High but there's more to it than just that. And it's this whole journey, this whole walk holding his hand. This ain't about a woman, although it looks like that. Hold that thought. At first glance, it looks like that. To the layman, it will read that way. But to the person who loves the Most High with all his strength and all his might, and he's willing to die for all that, for the Most High. He gives all honor, all praise, all glory, and all esteem to Abba Yahuwah, the Most High, our righteousness, our wonderful Creator. He will understand this. I hope that's you. I hope your ears are on and your eyes are open and you can enjoy this amazing delight that I have to bring to you. Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for your carnal love are better than wine. For fragrance, your oils are good. Your name is oil poured forth. Your name is oil poured forth. Therefore, the young women love you. Draw me. We run after you. So, draw me. We run after you. Who's he saying? Who's he talking about we? Is this a letter from him and his boys to some women? No, I assure you it's not. This letter, this 8 chapters in this book is exactly what I've been doing, and I've been trying to encourage y'all to do as well. Draw me, we run after you. The Sovereign has brought me into his inner rooms. We exalt and rejoice in you. We praise your carnal love more than wine. Rightly do they love you. I am dark, but lovely, O daughters of Yerushalayim. Like the tents of Kedar, like the curtains of, let me see. Let's make sure that last word is Solomon. Like the curtains of Solomon. Do not look upon me because I am dark, because the sun has tanned me. My mother's sons were displeased with me. They made me the keeper of the vineyards. My own vineyard I have not kept. Make known to me, O you whom my being loves, where you feed your flock. Make known to me, Abba Yahuwah, whom my being loves with all my strength and all my might, where you feed your flock, where you make it rest at noon. For why should I be as one who is veiled beside the flocks of your companions? Why should it be that I'm someone who can't see where you feed your flock and cause it to rest at noon? If you do not know, O beautiful among women, go in the footsteps of the flock and feed your little goats beside the shepherd's dwellings. Do you see how this isn't a letter from Solomon about a woman? You should already see that. I have compared you, my love, to my filly among Pharaoh's chariots. Your cheeks are pretty with ornaments, your neck with strings of beads. Let us make your ornaments of gold with studs of silver. While the Sovereign is at his table, my nard shall give its fragrance. Now, I want to bring this to your attention. And I'm not telling you to go back and watch videos I made years ago. I sounded like such a baby back then because that's what I was and that's what I still am. I'm just a baby in all this, being led by the one my being loves. But back in the day, I laid all the proof out that one should ever need, who isn't succumbed by pride, who anyone who isn't unwilling to look into where the land is, because it would make them feel stupid, or it would make them embarrassed, or whatever it is. That is pride. If you're not succumbed by pride, and you can be humble enough to say, where is this land? You can go, I laid all the evidence anyone should need to find out for a fact that that land over there where they tell you it is, they call it the Holy Land, it's not the land. I laid out the facts that there is no gold there. There's no silver. There's no diamonds. There's no minerals there. And I put all the facts out on videos and laid it all out there. I made videos showing you that they can't make cedars grow there, and that they've tried to make cedar forest grow there. And there's something in the molecules in the dirt that will not allow cedar trees to grow there. They've been, since the 40s, they've been planting cedars there, trying to make cedar forests, and they all die. They've tried to make corn grow where they say Egypt is. It cannot grow there. It comes from here in America. And just so much proof, so much pudding that, and you know, I would think that, I feel like the reason a lot of y'all ain't catching on. Now, I do know one of you ladies are, Miss Tarina, my sister Tarina, my beloved sis. She sends me stuff and tags me and stuff all the time that's more proof. So she knows what time it is. But a lot of you, I don't think you're looking into it because maybe you just don't care. But I assure you, if you love him with all your strength and all your might, you must. You're going to want to know where his land is, and you're going to want to return if you're of his flock. And you've seen the blemish. If you don't, and you don't care, if it is no interest to you where his land is, and you got no interest in going there, that blemish on you is that you're just not his children. That's just the truth. That's his word. That's per Abba Yahuwah's word. That's not mine. I'm just telling you what the word says. All these references in this book, it's pointing out, it's descriptions of the land. And you're going to see. Your cheeks are pretty with ornaments, your neck with strings of beads. Let us make you ornaments of gold with studs of silver. With the sovereign, while the sovereign is at his table, my nard shall give its fragrance. My beloved is a bundle of myrrh to me, lying between my breast. My beloved is to me a cluster of henna blooms in the vineyards of En-Gedi. See, you are beautiful, my love. See, you are beautiful. Your eyes are as doves. See, you are handsome, my beloved. Yes, pleasant. Also, our bed is green. Our bed is green. The beams of our houses are cedar. Our rafters are of fir. Now, I'm not gonna go any further than what I just did tonight, because I want you to understand. I wanted to bring to you the realization of what this Song of Songs is about, to get you thinking about it, my phone's about to die, to get you contemplating it and get you contemplating why it is you should care. And that way, when I come back the next time and we break this down, you'll be ready. And you're going to see why it is I would even want to do that. And I mean, if you've known me at for any amount of time at all, you should just know it's because I love you and I love him that much. And if you are truly someone who loves him with all your strength, all your heart, and all your might, you're going to see why it is that I felt the urge, more than an urge, the obligation, the duty to bring this to you. And you should know that it's because I love you, but more importantly, it's because I love him. Face down. All honor, all praise, all glory, and all esteem to Abba, Yahuwah, the Most High, our wonderful Creator, our righteousness. Come hungry, Mishpachah, the next time you click on one of my videos. Shalom, shalom. These out.